Episode 7, To Thine Own Self Be True. Is performance without an audience just another rehearsal? Is art defined just by its creation, or need it be validated by another person's critique?
Life Drawing.
Welcome to Life Drawing with John and Jacqueline. Brought to you by Cottonwood.
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 Brought to you by
Cottonwood Center for the Earth.
Today, we are delighted to welcome Jen Mulson, arts and entertainment writer from the Colorado Springs Gazette, to join the conversation. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Cottonwood Center for the Arts.
That was the clap to go.
I like it.
Jen,
Right.
what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Oh,
All right.
What's the meanest thing you've ever said to somebody?
oh my gosh. I can't even, those questions are so hard
Okay,
off the
well,
bat.
warm
Like, I
up,
can
okay.
never think of anything.
I don't think Jen knows how to
It's my
really
first
be
interview.
mean to anybody.
I'm sure I've said mean stuff.
All right, so
I think I
we're-
have. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
We're
You
back.
haven't thought of
Oh,
something?
yeah, it's just some ex-boyfriend.
All right, you too.
Do you want to share it? She
Can I
thought of
just introduce, please?
She thought of something mean she said though.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should share
Okay,
it.
can you remember it for a second?
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember
wait.
it.
So we're back. We have our different set. First time we've ever had 3 people. We're all a little more elevated. But
I'm really tall in real life.
Anyway, this is Jennifer Mulson from the Gazette here in Colorado Springs. 26 years she's been writing for the Gazette newspaper, arts and entertainment, and she'll tell you more about that. But this is Jen, so she's going to hang out with Jacqueline and me and maybe ask us some questions. And we're
And she's
definitely
going to tell us the mean things she said.
going to ask her some questions. Okay, so now what did you ask her?
I said, what is the meanest thing
Meanest
you've ever
thing?
said to somebody? And
Okay.
she thought of some.
I did. I
What
remember
is it?
saying something really mean to an ex-boyfriend who is now one of my best friends, so I felt really bad about it. I told him that I couldn't learn anything from him.
Really?
That was mean, wasn't it?
Is it mean? Is it mean or is it just true?
Well, I thought about it a lot later.
Hmm.
He did teach me things, just not the things that I was referring to in the moment, but he did teach me other stuff that's very important. So it was a
Like-
mean thing to say, like thoughtfulness. He was a very thoughtful person.
Was that-
He taught me that.
Ah.
Is
I
that
think
how
I
you
would-
culminated that relationship?
No, we
Okay.
kept dating.
I kept dating. Okay.
I kept dating. He was like, I got to learn something to teach this woman.
Was he hurt?
He's like, here's
Oh,
how you
yeah.
find.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, he was really hurt.
I think that would hurt my feelings.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
But if it's true,
It was true in the moment for me and what I was trying to say, but it was wrong. I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah.
But what, you mean you shouldn't have said it? Why? Because it wasn't the truth?
Because it wasn't true per se, because he did teach me stuff.
yeah, but like,
Mm.
like an earthquake teaches us things, but it doesn't mean it was good. You know, like sometimes we learn a lesson, like we can learn something at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
Still doesn't, like if you punch me in the face right now, I'd learn
What are you
something.
going to learn?
I don't know to watch out, like, but still doesn't mean that like that what they're bringing to the table is worth what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe you were just kind of saying to him that you weren't getting from that relationship what you thought
That I needed.
that you needed.
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is hard to address an imbalance like that
Uh-huh.
without feelings getting hurt.
Yeah, maybe I could have said it more delicately in some way. Maybe.
Coulda, woulda,
Or
shoulda.
just not exactly.
I mean, that's
regret.
what you did.
Regret. We're back
I
to
do
it.
regret saying
Or
that.
guilt.
But that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's
I learned from it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Guilt and worry, the past and the future. I mean, there's just not a whole lot you can do about it.
But I think regret traverses time a little more.
You are kind of selling me on this idea
Yeah.
a little bit more.
No
Because I
re-
do
all
think that
regrets.
if we don't learn from
Instead of no regrets.
our missteps in life or whatever, or if we want to be something different, if we're not paying attention to regrets that we have, I think we're
Or even like regret,
not
like
doing ourselves a favor.
that regret carries you up until now. You're like, that happened in the past, but you're like, I still regret. Like, I learned from the regret of it almost. Like, I said something that was hurtful. They were a very thoughtful person. I could have been more thoughtful. Like, that is carrying from the past into the future. Like, you probably wouldn't say that again.
No,
you're-
never.
Has that
No,
ever
never.
happened in your writing where you felt like you put something down and it got
that I
published and you were like, why did I do
Oh, I'm
good
sure.
question.
I'm sure.
Will
I
people
can't
tell
think
you,
of anything right
will
now.
people be like, ooh, that hurt my feelings?
I don't know that anybody's ever said anything about that to me. But I don't get a lot of feedback from my writing,
that? Right.
Strange?
it's hard. I would say that's a hard part of the job.
Nor do you ever know who has read or not read.
You don't know. You never know.
I loved your piece on the sort of genderization of punctuation marks.
right.
That was, that
pretty
was
good.
really
It was funny.
Yeah.
Good.
We really liked that.
That's good. Thank you.
Which I've been thinking about that, of how like genderized languages, and a lot of times they're like, they want like for women, they're like, don't explain yourself so much. It's almost like they're saying, like, you want to communicate more like men, but I'm like, why is men the standard here? Like, women use more exclamation points.
Yeah, we
but
do.
I'm like,
100%.
yeah, I use so many.
I think there was a funny example yesterday when we had our group text, and you were like, "I'm so excited for you to come tomorrow! Yay, yay, yay!" And I did, "Yay, yay, same." And John said, "Yay, period."
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "That's
That
right."
is true.
How many
how it
exclamation points did I use?
I can't remember, but
Probably more than
Three.
two.
Yeah,
Three.
yeah.
Probably three. I
And
like
had
the three.
some too.
Yeah.
And I thought the period, and I was like, "Yep."
But that's the thing. There'd be like, you, like, as women, you should communicate more like men, or even like, well, they say like, don't apologize so much.
Right.
And there's probably goodness to some of that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
shouldn't men maybe like, why is
bump up their exclamation point usage.
Yeah, I use it a lot with students because I'm like, I want you to know I care and support you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Do you ever use the exclamation point?
Periodically. Yeah.
Well, it must take a lot to get one out of you.
No,
It's like that Seinfeld episode. It's like that Seinfeld episode when Elaine dumped somebody. Elaine dumped somebody because he left her a phone message and he didn't put an exclamation point.
Oh.
Oh,
And she
I
gets
don't
mad.
remember that one.
It was like her friend had a baby and he just said like, your friend
Congrats,
had a baby.
yay.
Yeah. And she was like, don't you think this warrants an exclamation point?
Okay.
And they get a huge fight.
Okay, yeah, all right.
All right. I think there's a whole conversation just from this. All right. Let's just
Don't even get me started on the M dash.
Oh, are you in favor of
I love it.
I do too. But you know what? Going back to your AI conversation.
Yeah.
I have read that an M dash in text people are using as a sign of it being AI.
Oh, I know. But
Oh,
I
you
use
mean
it. Yeah.
A way to know that it's been done by AI?
Because
Yeah.
AI uses
Likes
the
to
M
use
dash.
an M dash.
And what's
Yeah.
an M dash?
The long dash.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
use it all the time.
I use it all the
in my
time.
writing, so. And I never use AI.
Right,
Thank you
because the
very much.
short dash would be what? Just to break up a
Like
word?
a hyphen.
Yeah, hyphen.
Yeah.
And the
Like
M
snooze
dash.
fest. You
What is the
snooze
meaning
fest.
of an M dash?
It's like a long,
Pause?
delicate,
It
beautiful
just
pause.
connects two ideas together
Yeah, okay.
nicely.
Yeah.
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 And I was just reading The Virgin Suicides
Oh.
again.
Uh-huh.
And right away in the first paragraph, he's got two M dashes. A lot of times the M dash will hold a clause. I never know any grammar.
Yeah.
Like it will hold its own idea that's within the sentence,
Oh, right,
but it's
right,
like,
yeah.
especially if you're using commas, sometimes you need.
All right, let's get some context on Jen Mulson. You and I both know Jen well from lots of things that we've done together and
love
friendships
Jen
and
Mulson.
professional relationships and things like that. But just for context, so when you
Why do you write?
You first came into this job in what, the 2000?
To the Gazette?
Yeah.
1998 was when I
So
first
that's
started
more than
there.
26 years.
I
Well, no,
have
maybe
to do
not.
math.
You got to do the math.
did leave
but-
for a year or two, took a little sabbatical,
Okay.
and then went back.
All right. So okay. So there you go. So you started in 1998, which is 28 years ago,
I don't know.
something like that.
I checked out.
What was your coverage like in 1998?
Oh, I did some very different stuff when I first started.
Okay. For example.
They had two different print products about, one was called Peak Computing. It was about computers.
Cool.
And the other one was a parent magazine called Parent. And
Okay.
so I worked there at those two.
Cute.
I know nothing about computers. I was not a parent, knew nothing, but there I was. I was like, it was good though. I got my foot in the door. I always wanted to work at the Gazette. So it was great. And then about a year and a half later, I moved up into the newsroom, into the A&E department.
What's the A&E?
Arts and entertainment.
Oh, everyone knew that.
Well, no, not everyone. There's only 3 of us. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where I've been ever since.
I speak for the crowd.
Why
Most
did
of my
they-
listeners that
That's
don't
good.
know.
Good.
Why did that? Was that your recommendation that you move into the
Oh,
A&E?
yeah, I wanted to be in the newsroom. Yeah.
Did you want to write about art?
I think, I was interested in it. I didn't start writing right away, though. I was a calendar editor, like an editorial assistant. So, yeah, which was not my favorite. So what I do now is way better. It's much better.
Do those jobs still exist? Like
Like
assistant,
An editorial
this and that?
assistant?
I need one
They
of
have
those.
different. No, not really. We don't really have any anymore. No. Well, I mean, our staff has shrunk so much.
And when you started writing, what was your confidence level of being read? Well, like, I do think with newspapers it's such a different thing now. And coming from New York, I think that each paper had 4 printings a day. They minimally had 3 printings a day.
Wow.
So you would go in, if I went into my office on 34th Street in 1984, there was like a something that would come out like at 4:00 in the morning. But then later in the morning, another edition would come out.
Wow. Okay.
And it would have updated things. So let's say that there were games being played on the West Coast. It would say in the paper.
It's not finished yet?
No, it would just say late. It would say like Yankees at Oakland A's, late. But by that mid-morning paper,
You get the scores.
you'd get the scores, and it was like just kind of one of those things because there was no other way to look up scores.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Actually, there was a thing called Sports Phone. It cost like $0.25, and the guy would come on and he'd go, Orioles 2, Yankees 3.
Really?
Sports phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should do an arts phone.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good.
All right.
Actually, that's
I
a good
like it.
idea.
And then there was like a
Remind me of that.
later afternoon paper,
Yeah.
which when people were going home on the subway or the train or whatever, they would get.
Wow.
And then there was like the late edition
It's because we didn't
Which would be
have phones.
Yeah.
after
That's
dinner.
crazy.
Kind of thing.
Was that like the Times? Do you remember?
I know it was the New York Post. I don't know if it was the New York. I don't know what the New York Times ever did, but like
Yeah.
the New York Post and the Daily News.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was at least 3, maybe
Well,
4.
the Gazette did too, way back in the day.
Morning and
There's a
night.
lot.
Uh-huh.
But the confidence. So what I was going to ask you about is readership. Like the reason there were 3 or 4 editions
Because
during
people
the
were
day
reading it.
because people were reading it,
Yeah. Like
they
and
needed
they
it.
wanted the latest on the murder up in
Right.
this
Well,
place.
there was
or-
no TV news either, right? Like CNN, like streaming all day long, right? Or this.
TVs
No.
weren't even invented yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were not even
Yeah,
TVs
radios. maybe.
Jesus was writing the paper in his
and the apostles.
Moses
Tablet.
Yeah, on his tablets.
The apostles were like they covered sports.
The Yankees lost.
Yeah, he's lost. Yeah.
The Holy Ghost was running the sports phone.
But it was that's how news was dispensed, I think, most successfully. Now it's a big city, and I understand that. But if there was like really like a murder thing or something that people
True crime.
who wanted the latest thing, you would get those 3 papers during the
'cause
day.
where else would you get it?
Where else would you get it? You can listen. There were stations like radio stations like WCBS, and there was a thing called 1010 Wins. We'll give us 12 minutes, we'll give you the world. And
I've heard that
there's
line a
this
couple times.
yeah, right. haven't we all? Jack?
You know.
But
Back to mean things Jen said to ex-boyfriends.
yeah. Okay, but just to contextualize, so where you have been. This is almost 3 decades of doing this. So like.
And
Where
did you start creative writing or work writing? I want to know that
Okay.
too.
Oh, creative writing.
Really?
Oh, on my own.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. From when I could write, when I could start writing. Yeah. Yeah.
And what did you write when you
I wrote little stories, little fiction stories. Yeah. But you know what's funny? I've thought about this through the years. I have that same voice that I wrote with when I was however old I was, 8 years old, writing fiction stories. I still have that same voice in my stories today. Isn't that
Interesting.
Do our voices stay the same? Do they change as we
Gosh.
get older? Mine hasn't.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
does it feel the same? Because I know you were in kind of like a young adult story writing motif for a while.
I did do some of that.
Yeah, those were so good.
But
But do you think that makes sense that those voices would be the same? If you write like a grown-up fiction story, whatever that would mean,
Yeah.
do you have that same voice?
Yeah, it's the same voice. Yeah, it's
Wow.
the same. Like, yeah. Because like our spirit, our soul, whatever. Does that ever change? Right? It's the same, isn't it?
That's the question.
But then we have
Probably
the
not.
ego on top and a living and all of our decades of living and experiences.
Welcome to camp.
Cottonwood Art Magazine and Press. Cottonwood Art Magazine and Press is a literary journal publishing contemporary and inventive art and writing.
Published by Cottonwood Center for the Arts, this journal grows out of a living, working, creative community.
We are interested in work that is engaged, attentive,
And pushes the expectation.
of what is possible for our shared worlds.
Camp looks for inventive and intentional work
Camp is good taste in a world gone mad.
in a world gone
In a
mad.
world gone mad.
World Gone Mad. Camp is accepting submissions of prose, poetry, and art for its inaugural 2026 print issue and beyond.
So what is that voice? Like, could you voice that voice?
Do it like a puppet.
That's hard.
It is hard.
I know that's hard. I mean,
Yeah,
but
voice
the-
is such a
Yeah.
flighty thing to try and capture.
Yeah.
it is, but the vocabularies, obviously, since you were 8
I would
years old.
hope it's better.
Right, but you can still keep the same voice even though the vocabulary is
Yeah,
changed
the
somewhat?
same. Yeah, I think the
Same.
same spirit behind the writing.
What do you,
That's what
when
I
you
mean.
talk
The
about the
same
voice,
spirit.
just explain to people what you mean by that.
I think every writer has a voice. I think that's what you're trying, right? When you first start, that's what makes you a good writer. I think is to have a voice. So it's like when people read your stuff, they
They're
don't
like,
have
oh.
to see. They know who's writing it. They
Yeah.
don't even have to see the byline to it. They
Well,
know.
that's a theory about, not having to put your name on the front of a painting anymore. That the painting is your signature.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Your voice comes through.
So who are
That's
some
so interesting to think. Does the spirit behind the voice, that's sort of animating the voice, does
Yeah.
that change
Yeah.
in a way?
I mean, that is an incredible achievement to be able to write, not have your name, let's say, attached to the writing and have people know that it's you.
Yeah.
Who for you are people maybe that you read where you get that from
Yeah.
now?
I don't know. Good question.
Because, see, I feel like my voice will change with whatever I'm reading. Like, I remember when I was like in 8th grade, I started every poem with "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
You did.
Every poem started with that line. I was reading a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, and then there'd always be
Love
a
it.
crow in there and like a dead body under the floorboards.
So everybody knew it was yours.
Or
No, I just was like, I was reading Edgar Allan Poe, and I was like, this is.
concreted in behind the wall.
Yeah, I just was like, and then it changed because that's terrible.
All right, try to answer that question. So who can you...
I just thought of one magazine writer who I think I would be able to recognize, and she does like profiles of a lot of celebrities, and she definitely has a very strong voice.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I think I would know her writing.
That's such an
Yeah.
interesting
And what's her
field
name?
too.
Her name is Taffy. Oh, I just read an amazing article by her last weekend. It came in the New York Times Magazine. She interviewed, speaking of AI, she interviewed an AI actress that has been invented by this other woman who is actually an actress. And so she interviewed this AI thing
that the actress made.
that the actress made. Her name,
What is-
the AI person is named Tilly Norwood, I believe.
And what does Tilly do?
She doesn't do anything right
She's
now.
just a person.
Yeah, she's just I don't know. It was a great story. It was
Wow.
a great interview. It was fascinating. It was a little scary, right?
Yeah.
Of thinking about what could happen with this. Yeah.
What was their take on AI as a whole?
The author felt the same way I did, was pretty nervous about it. Didn't love it. And the woman who made her obviously loves it, thinks it's great. It's amazing. All the things that we could do with AI
Tilly?
actors. Yeah. It was fascinating.
Yeah, I'd love to look that up. Maybe I can find it in my little
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can.
Time subscription.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, we've spent some of these past shows that we've done quite a bit of talking about maybe why it's important to get real critique of the arts that are going on in this city. And, I was just having a conversation with someone the other day. Like, we try so hard to make art as accessible as possible to people. And I don't even want to use those words because we just kind of go over the top. We're a community arts organization. But there are really days sometimes where I have the following thought, which is, I just wish we didn't have to work so hard to tell people how important it is what we think we're doing here. And that's really hard. It's really hard to find financial support where people willingly say, oh my God, we got to make sure we keep this going. And, we work really hard to not need that. But, when you go and start looking for funding, which Jacqueline's doing a bunch of that now for Cottonwood, it's just so hard. Like you can be in other cities where they understand how it might be the single most community building thing that we have to bring people together in some either performance or writing thing or painting thing or clay thing or whatever. Like, it literally builds a community when you have people together, like in an arts classroom kind of thing. And I really wish that we've come a really long way in the city. But I think part of the reason why we're not that good at it yet is because we've been a city that's always had a lot of art, like really a lot. I mean, this was Little London. I think I talked about that once before. But I don't know that we're really consistently working toward elevating and pushing people to do better. And that's where I think a newspaper could potentially step in and start to really be a little more, maybe more hard hitting about what's being shown, what's being produced and things like that. What's your feeling? Is that something that you would even be interested in? Would the Gazette newspaper, do they have an interest in that? Or are they more interested in just kind of telling people what's going on in arts and culture? Like, where do you think that those things all meet, and what might the future look like?
I would love to, as you know, have a critic on staff, or freelance, probably, who reviewed theater. I think would be really fun.
Yeah.
And art, of course. We haven't had an art critic for decades. I mean,
but you had one before?
We did have somebody on staff, Mark Arness. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to.
Mark had a studio in this building.
Oh yeah, okay, and his dad, right? Yeah. Well, he used to write art criticism.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really good because he's a really good writer. So that's the problem.
And he writes music.
You gotta be.
Yeah, I know. He's amazing. He's amazing. That man. He's very smart.
Yeah.
That's the thing to critique. It seems like you gotta be operating on more than one level.
Exactly. That's the problem. You gotta be a good writer, and you also have to know what you're looking at and be able to critique it well.
Yeah.
Right, but you'd also need your editorial staff, though, to know why that's important.
Yeah.
So Mark was doing that for a while. Yeah. Why do you suspect that it stopped?
Well, he left. And I don't know. I don't know why we didn't do any more of it. I have no idea. Yeah. We used to review concerts. We'd go to Denver all the time and review concerts. We don't do that anymore. We used to do that a bunch. Yeah, when I first started. And we have had theater critics through the years, a couple of them, which I thought was great. The last one we had was the A&E editor, and she was really smart at theater.
Yeah.
I think she had studied it in college. So she wrote really great reviews, but now she's gone. So I don't feel qualified so much to write those kinds of things. I could be like, well, I liked it,
Well, okay, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
So yeah, and then there's also I think that this was kind of I don't know if it was a problem, but it felt like it would be a problem for me, for the last woman who was the editor of the section. And then she would go out and like write reviews of the theater. But then she had to do stories on the shows and connect with the directors who might have been upset about her review, because she was very honest, which I appreciated about her. I mean, she said if something wasn't great, or she said if something was wonderful.
But then she'd have to use them as sources.
Yeah, she had to interview them all the time. And I was
mad.
like, I wonder if they're mad.
Well, and just so you know, though, there are times where Jacqueline says saying something is great or wonderful is not really critique.
Right.
You know, there are better questions that we can be asked.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That don't necessarily come across as, oh, it was so great. Like, yeah,
or even terrible. It's also
or
like
even
this
terrible.
sucked.
Like,
it's like, well, okay, why?
You don't know why that means anything.
Yeah.
You know? So from a quality standpoint, I mean,
it's hard to say.
And do you feel like that? Does it ever feel like there's an emergence of one, or like, wow, I'm really glad that that's here, or a pullback from some place where maybe you had higher expectations, or does that ever go through your thinking? And maybe are you ever like wanting to write something that you don't feel is really right to talk about because
like
it's
a mean thing,
pushing it too much? Like, I don't learn anything from you. Is that what you said? Yeah.
That's a great
from this art.
That's decent feedback, though. I didn't learn anything from your art show.
Oh, ouch.
Ooh.
Well, it's hard to really compare, but overall, do you feel that we're doing a pretty good job in this city of how we
think we're doing doing a good job.
What keeps you writing and creating? Because you're a part of this machine.
Well, I can't not write. You know,
wow.
Maybe you understand that.
Yeah,
like I just can't. I couldn't. Like even if I quit at the Gazette, I would still write every day. You know. Yeah, I can always meet interesting people around here, interesting artists.
Yeah.
They just pop up, you know, and they're doing something super cool. And I'm like, had no idea you were there. So there's always that drawing me in, pulling me forward.
That's the thing. I'm like, there's such a curiosity about you that I like and admire. Like a genuine curiosity. And maybe like it's like not a not critique, but I think Jen leads with curiosity. I think and maybe you, I lead with, is this good or bad? Which I always say like good or bad or boring things. But I'm like, I lead with that. I think you lead with curiosity. That's a beautiful way to move through the world.
That's a really good quality. Anyway, thank you.
God.
Maybe that's why your voice has stayed the same.
I don't know.
Like there's a beautifully wise childlikeness to being kids are naturally curious and open-minded and not as judgmental, and maybe that's
something you've retained.
Yeah, that's like elemental to your soul,
right? And
so therefore, when you're at your purest creative state, that voice comes
Okay,
through.
last question. Then we got to go because our producer/director is going to kill us. When you watch our podcast, who do you like better, me or
No one answers.
You guys are equally amazing.
All right. Good. Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you. This was show 7. Thank you again to Jen Mulson, the amazing Jacqueline Moulton, and I'm John Corey. Thanks to our producer, Claudia Folk-Wright, and Josh Wright, who's our editor and does a million other things for us. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching us.
It's nice. It's nice magazine. You buy. You submit art, then buy.